This is Wendy Barlin, and you are with Ignite Success. Today, I have with me Greg Provance from GP Hospitality Partners, and we're going to dive into Greg's business and see what crumbs success has left for us to follow. Welcome, Greg.
Thank you so much, Wendy. Happy to be here.
So tell us about Hospitality Partners. I know you work in the restaurant industry, you do consulting. Where are you seeing the opportunities right now for businesses in the current economy?
Wow, there are so many opportunities, especially in our post-COVID world here. And I will say that, most restaurant operators are really looking to increase their bottom line because their margins are ever so slightly and so slowly decreasing.
Right.
And there's a number of ways that they do that, and that we help them accomplish that. But really, right now, what we're focusing most on is building effective cultures, because finding and retaining team members and staff has been a really big challenge, especially in our industry. And so we're really focusing on building great teams to help them get through those sore spots.
That is absolutely, I live that. So as an aside, my husband and I own a small dessert store, and undoubtedly the people issues are one of the biggest challenges today for everybody. So I love to hear that that is a focus with you and your clients. Is there something that you have experienced in your career, Greg, that brings you to a place where restaurants are your passion?
Wow, that's funny. Yeah, I actually started off in the entertainment business and, kind of making the rounds as a professional actor. And all those years of auditioning, I had to feed myself and eventually my family. And so I worked in restaurants to do that. But then, as my family grew and I started getting, really serious about a career and what my skill sets were, I really landed squarely in the restaurant space. And I have to tell you, I'm not a 9-to-5 guy. I can't really sit in an office too long. And so that social aspect, being around people, developing people, and really just touching, experiences in that way, it just really gets me going. So, it's definitely a passion for me. No question about that.
And for sure, you've been there. So you're not sitting in an ivory tower telling other people what to do. You've washed dishes, you've waited tables, so you can relate to that. And I feel for all of us as consultants, it's really important, because otherwise there's this perception that you're giving advice from a place that makes it sound easy, and it's really not easy. So I love that you've been on the floor with the waiters and waitresses, and you know how it feels when your feet are tired after a double shift.
Oh yeah, no question about that. And I'm still a restaurant owner too. So I pretty much, I just washed dishes yesterday actually. So it never stops.
That's what I tell my clients, is the hardest I ever work is on the floor of our dessert store. That is absolutely for sure. And moving forward, for people wanting to get into the restaurant space, I get a lot of questions from clients wanting to open a restaurant. They have a passion for a certain kind of food or a certain neighborhood or an environment they believe is lacking in their community. Do you have any quick tips as a pro or con? Stay away, or now's a good time? Do you have any opinions for those people who are sitting on the sidelines?
That's a great question. And I get that question often as well. The right time is when it's right for you, really. So I don't think there's any really bad time to go into business of any kind. But really, I think the biggest piece of advice I'd give to the new operators is surround yourself with people that have been there and that know a little more than you in certain areas, and really rely on them for their expertise. So building a really good, solid team of advisors around you, I think, is very, very important. And really just understand that this is hard work. It's not going to be an overnight success necessarily. I help a lot of franchisees, to sort of scale, or franchisors to scale into the franchising space. And sometimes people look at it as like kind of a turnkey, quick fix kind of thing. And it really does take a lot of hard work up front, but that work can pay off if you just, willing to learn, and really kind of willing to get your hands dirty a little bit. And then, really just kind of, just really surround yourself with the right people, I think is the best thing.
I love that, Greg. Thank you so much. So for anybody that is on the precipice, now's the time. Jump right in. So you heard it here. There is no perfect time. When it's right for you, that's when it's the right time. So thank you to Greg from GP Hospitality Partners. I am Wendy Barlin, your host. This was Ignite Success. Thank you. We hope to see you next time.